All right, we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time on the GSMC Sports Network to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring, backstage, curtain drama, and rumors. We talk about superstar, injury updates and active statuses, contract negotiations, extensions, and signings, from promotions from WWE to AEW to TNA to Ring of Honor to New Japan Professional Wrestling, to Stardom, to the GCW, to the NWA, for makes major news headlines in the world of professional wrestling. We talk about it here on this show Monday through Friday. So don't miss it. All right, it's gonna reflect on what we talked about right quick and give you guys my hot takes and my reactions to WWE Monday Night Raw. Make sure you check that video out on our YouTube page. So without further ado, let's jump on into some WWE NXT talk. But before we do any of that, just want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit up that super chat once again. Obviously, if you have a burning question or a hot take in terms of professional wrestling here at the GSMC Sports Network, we are absolutely all ears 1,010%. The show is all about keeping the conversation lively, making sure you guys feel like your voice is part of the mix. So do not be shy. Drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment question gets noticed, why not use that super chat? Just hit that $sign below the chat box, and whatever you put inside there will be talked about. Actually, sometimes be debated about as well on this show. A lot of back and forth banter, which is super cool. Love a lot of audience engagement. Plus, it's an absolutely great way to support the GSMC Sports Network. We have a group full of amazing podcasters who love one thing and one thing only: professional sports entertainment industry. And we love bringing you guys all the greatest content that keeps you guys entertained, happy, but most importantly, just kind of intertwined with the sports world, like, because sometimes it could be hard. Sometimes life could be busy where you can't exactly sit down and watch Sports Center for, like, what I mean. We also have a lot of audio and stuff like that. We have we have shorts, we have segments, shows and stuff like that. So make sure you guys check us out on the GSMC Sports Network as well as the GSMC Podcasting Network as well. Absolutely, I want to thank you guys in the future. We are absolutely super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily on the GSMC Sports Network. Your support makes all the difference. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's keep this party going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together we make sure this show is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. But before we get to, before we jump on into any more of the super chat, obviously not your thing. You can still hit up the GSMCpodcast.net. Shoot me your comments, questions, and concerns. Use that tips and donations link. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Just remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show. Follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. But of course, sports, the best thing about it is you got, nice little back and forth banter, a little debate, obviously criticism, feedback is a gift. Just want to make sure you guys feel like you guys are absolutely 1,010% part of the show. We are the GSMC Sports Podcasting Network, and also the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, for the wrestling fans out there. All right, so let's talk about WWE NXT. WWE NXT is live tonight from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. The episode, obviously, this is the go-home show before Sunday. We have the Halloween Havoc. Make sure you guys, tune into that. Can't wait to, talk about that on Friday. But first and foremost, we got a couple matches on the card. We got Jaida Parker taking on Tatum Paxley. Last week, you saw Jaida Parker interrupt Tatum Paxley's playtime, and Tatum Paxley didn't take too lightly to that. Should be, obviously, I feel like this is a great match to warm up Jaida Parker for her match with Lola Vice. I feel like it's going to happen at Halloween Havoc. Lola Vice is definitely going to get involved. She's going to get involved. She's going to, much like you saw Jaida Parker, cost her match against, Nikita Lyons last week. A little payback, a little retribution. I feel like Tatum Paxley will definitely, pick up the win right here, and I feel like it would be great for Tatum as well. Next we have Luca Crostofino taking on Oba Femi. Oba Femi's going to get his NXT North American Championship rematch clause at Halloween Havoc. As of right now, Tony D'Angelo, the leader of the family. What's going to happen with Luca? Is it, he obviously wants to restore the face of the family because he felt like they were ultimately disrespected And by all means, that's cool and all. But dude, like you're gonna go against this Nigerian badass. This guy's gonna, I don't know. Definitely expect a smash spot here for Obafemi to kind of show Tony D'Angelo that what happened a week ago on NXT was a fluke. So maybe perhaps he regains the title back at Halloween Havoc. I'm not too sure if he will. I feel like you kind of have to have the North American Championship, available. When Obafemi had the championship, he had such a monstrous and dominating run where, it's kind of like Brock Lesnar. When Brock Lesnar was doing his thing on Monday Night Raw with the Universal Championship, everybody who would, challenge him, it was just, kind of like you knew Brock Lesnar was going to win. It didn't, and it, it didn't really make things that exciting. So, having the NXT North American Championship kind of back in the fray where you can have, superstars like Wesley go after it, or Ethan Page. There's a number of Lexus King. There's a lot of superstar Eddie Thorpe that could possibly become that can have a nice run as a North American Championship, shoot their career in a positive direction. There's some superstars on NXT that it seems like they kind of float around a little bit. They put on great matches. And by all means, it seems like everybody on NXT kind of has a role, which is something that I feel like Shawn Michaels and Triple H have done super well on the yellow and on the gold and black and gold. I did black and gold brand. So, definitely wish the best for Luca Cristofino, but you can expect Obafemi to pick up the victory here to send a message before, Halloween Havoc. All right, next we have Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson taking on Io Sky Kairi Sane. 2 weeks in a row, Legend and Jackson were the reason why Damage Control lost their matches, which it's ticked off Io Sky and Kairi Singh, and this is going to be a great match. You saw, that win on WWE SmackDown on Friday. Last Legend just dominating Piper Niven was pretty badass. I thought that was a great spot for her, to propel her career in a positive direction. But Io Sky and Kairi Singh, they are absolutely, they're not a walk. It's not like a walk in the park. Like, I mean, they might be, a little shorter, a little smaller than Jackson and Legend, but ultimately, I don't think that really matters at this point. Io Sky, she is phenomenal. She has the tactical side of professional wrestling. She has technique. She has speed. She has arsenal attack, and she can surprise you out of nowhere. Obviously, her win against Bianca Belair was a great example of that. And Kairi Singh definitely has the potential to be as great as Io Sky. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be an amazing match. I want to see this match run for, longer than, 8 minutes. I feel like they deserve like, a two commercial kind of thing, like 10 minutes, picture in picture and stuff like that. I can't wait to watch this match. Obviously, the winner of this match probably kind of stakes their claim to have a chance at Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. So it should be interesting to find out who wins tonight. Legend and Jackson kind of had their spot. They had their chance, but then so did Damage Control. Earlier in the not earlier in the year, I feel like it was a couple months. No, it was I don't know. They had their chance. They had a chance, but we're not able to kind of win the match. So yeah, who's gonna win? All right, we have Julia teaming up with Stephanie Vaquer, taking on Jacy, Jayne, and Fallon Henry of the Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction. I think that's what it's called. Fatal Influence. Damn it. Fatal Attraction, I think, was Jacy, Jayne, and Gigi Dolan, I think it was. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not, maybe I'm tripping. But, we have the Fatal Influence once again, you know, going up, in this smash spot. Julia and Stephanie Vaquer building up momentum for their match at Halloween Havoc with, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. I don't, kind of a bootleg version of the Pure Fusion Collective with Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and also Zoe Stark. I thought they built both of these factions to kind of ultimately, help these women become more successful, to kind of help them kind of put their career back on, back on the right track. But so far, it kind of feels like it's done the opposite. These girls have definitely, they're all talented. Everybody, Fallon Henley, also Jasmine Nix, also Jacy Jayne. These girls are, impressive as hell. But I just don't see them winning tonight. Maybe if Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade get involved into the match, maybe, perhaps, I'm not too sure. But ultimately, this is a clear send the message match with Julia and also Stephanie Vaquer picking up the victory here. All right, Trick Williams and Ethan Page come face to face before Halloween Havoc. The main event, the NXT Championship will be on the line in a Devil's Playground match. I've never seen a Devil's Playground match. Should be pretty darn interesting. Definitely, this feud. I feel like these guys are going to be on top of NXT for quite some time. Obviously with the beginning of this new CW era, they needed a lot of star power. Bringing Ethan Page in from All Elite Wrestling, putting the belt on him for a little bit, establishing him as a real threat and as a real like a heel. I kind of compare him to like a villain in a Marvel movie, like where you where you love to hate him, but then sometimes like he's like such a badass and he's so great at what he does inside the ring that you're like, man, Ethan Page is actually kind of cool. So, I think like I feel like these guys definitely have a future. I kind of compare it to like the Rock and Triple H kind of feud back during the WWE Attitude Era. I feel like that'd be pretty kind. That seems like it's I don't know the right comparison to me because these two guys are definitely have the star power that Triple H did and The Rock back in that day. So should be pretty cool. I'm interested to find out what's going to happen next. Also, something to kind of keep an eye on in NXT with, what's going to happen with Javon Evans. Also, Wesley. Will Leslie be a part of this? Also, Lexus King recently on NXT has kind of been showing that he's going to be a babyface. I don't believe it. I feel like it's just a matter of time until he kind of shows his true colors here. But as of right now, he's kind of, he's saying that he's, just gentleman's duel and this and that and the other. Also, what's going to happen with the Heritage Cup? Will somebody step up to Charlie Dempsey to challenge him? It should be interesting. Should be a pretty awesome episode of NXT. Can't wait to watch it, obviously, when I get done with this show. So, but before then, let's go to move on to our next segment. We're going to talk about Samantha Irving's reasons for her WWE departure. So, grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about like 25 seconds.